going to discuss the conceptual framework and theoretical framework of our thesis proposal. So first is conceptual framework. Figure 1 represents the conceptual framework of the study. It utilizes the IPO or the input, process, and outputs of the study. It outlines how the basic elements are connected and describes the intervening process. At the same time, it may be read as a guide to the rest of the study. So the input box include first the student respondents' demographic profiles such as age, gender, and time spent per day using e-learning platform. Second, the level of academic performance or the respondent for the school year 2021 to 2022. So the process box contains the data gathering such as survey questionnaire, analysis, and the interpretation of data and conclusion. So the output box contains the data gathered on such as effectiveness of e-learning satisfaction to the academic performance of third-year HRDM students and recommendation about the effectiveness of e-learning and conclusions. Next is theoretical framework. The focus of this study was based on the theory of Sweller's cognitive load theory. In the online learning taxonomy, this is the most commonly used theory. The student's prior knowledge is the sole individual aspect of the task that is expressly included in this theoretical framework. According to David, cognitive load theory is the amount of mental effort engaged in working memory during a task and can be divided into germane, intrinsic, and extraneous effort since students' working memory is only limited. Their brain will suffer from the overloaded information acquired, causing ineffective learning progress. So, Sweller implies that human working memory can only contain a certain amount of knowledge at a time, and that in order to maximize learning, instructional methods should avoid overloading it. So next, I will going to discuss the e-learning. So e-learning, the presentation modality and format are constantly altered when technology is used to convey knowledge to pupils. So the student perspective is extremely important when new teaching methods and technology are introduced. So the student not only understands but also retains the knowledge for future use is one of the most important features of any e-learning course design. So next, Moodle as an e-learning platform. So this is significant because student satisfaction in online classes is typically lower than in face-to-face classes because teachers give one-way instructional demonstrations or references materials in class. Students are deprived of direct operation opportunities. Interactive learning control may be more effective than one-way assisted learning. So related studies found that learning via the internet followed by a classroom setting can lead to interactivity and rapid knowledge diffusion, resulting in effective learning instruction. So next is learning motivation. So having different personality types prefer different learning style. Extroverts enjoy interacting with others, thus they value social interaction in the classroom. Collaborative projects and active learning strategies create opportunities for interaction. So introverts on the other hand are more introspective and prefer internal processing chances. So human interaction is more effective than non-interactive distance learning in prompting learning because teachers and fellow students ask questions that require high-level thinking skills. collaboration and communication. In the literature, engagement along with motivation is recognized as crucial for enhanced learning outcomes for all students. The students can tackle more complicated problems, learn from one another, and acquire critical cooperation skills through project-based learning, collaborating on real-world class projects, and other cooperative learning activities than they could on their own. So students are engaged when they are actively engrossed in their work, preserve in the face of obstacles, and take risks, as well as when they feel a distinct sense of accomplishment in the finishing their duties. And lastly, learning achievements. E-learning platforms have a significant advantage over students in a few selected areas. It can store a huge amount of information that they will need for future references. They can organize and retrieve specific information, and it can do very complex calculations very quickly. Some studies discuss how time management, online examination, and flexibility might help students succeed when learning online. So, despite numerous benefits of e-learning, students may face issues that eventually result in limited or unfavorable outcomes.